welcome to Cooking with Miss Allison. I'm Miss Allison, and today we're going to make the All-American cookie, the chocolate chip cookie. Okay, there are a couple of ingredients that you're going to need to make this. The first and most important ingredient is probably flour. You're going to want to take your flour and put it into a measuring cup. Okay, along with a ½ teaspoon baking soda. So to start up, you're going to need flour and baking soda. Okay. Well, the first thing I did was I put 1 and 2 tablespoon cup all-purpose flour. And then I put a ½ teaspoon baking soda, and that's in my Pyrex measuring piece right here. Okay, so we're going to pour that into the bowl. The next thing we're going to need is a ½ teaspoon salt. Okay, I'm just going to put some salt. It's not coming out so well. Okay, I'm going to put a ½ teaspoon salt on my spoon, on my teaspoon, and drop it in. Okay, the next thing we're going to need is 1 stick of butter. You want the butter to be softened, so let's just get that. So 1 stick of butter. Whoops. Okay. Just grab. Okay, the next thing we're going to need is 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Okay, right here we have some granulated sugar. So we want to go to 1/4. Okay, it's really important to get the right measurements, otherwise your cookies won't come out okay. So I've got way too much. So I'm going to put some back. Okay, perfect. There's our granulated sugar. And now we need a ½ cup of brown sugar. Here's our brown sugar. So we need a ½ cup of that. And you know what the best thing to do when you measure your ingredients is to put the measuring cup down on the table, then put your ingredients in. So that was a ½ cup. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay. We want to pack it neatly into our measuring cup. Okay, let's see how we're doing now. Okay, let's see if we got, oh, perfect. This is a ½ cup. So we're going to put it right in our mixture. Okay, another really important ingredient you're going to need is vanilla extract. You're only going to use a little bit of the vanilla extract in your recipe. And that's a ½ teaspoon. Okay, so we're going to drop it in there. last but not least, we're gonna need 1 egg. Okay. So we have all of our ingredients. Remember, at this time, you want to preheat your oven to the temperature of 375. Okay, so we've got all the ingredients in this bowl, and we're going to now mix it together. It'll take a little while to mix it. If you have an electric mixer at home, you can also use that. Okay. Okay, there's one ingredient that I haven't put in yet. I'm just going to mix this up. Okay. So you really want to mix your cookie dough carefully. The butter is probably the hardest thing in your mixture, so you really want to mix the butter well. And if you're tired of using a spoon, you can always use both hands. Okay, I have one blob of butter here that's a little stubborn. So I'm still mixing it. You want to get all that flour into the mixture. Okay, there's one ingredient that I haven't put in my mixture yet. Can anyone guess? It's the chocolate chips. Okay, we want 1 cup of chocolate chips.
Use a whole bowl.
Okay. There we go, 1 cup. We're gonna pour that right in our mixture. And now is probably the time where you're gonna need to use your hands. Okay. A lot of chocolate chips. Okay, so we're still mixing. Make sure to flatten out all that butter.
No, which one would be this?
Just be patient. Mixing may take a long time, but it's worth it. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we're still mixing. Okay, so we've mixed the ingredients. I'm just going to show you in this bowl what it looks like. Okay, this is our chocolate chip cookie dough. And what you're going to need now is a baking sheet. This is a disposable one that we're using. Okay, and you're gonna need a teaspoon for this. So let me just grab mine. Okay, I've got just a plastic teaspoon, but that'll work fine. Okay, you wanna take a little bit of your cookie dough like this. You can put it in your hand and kind of roll it into a ball. And you wanna place that on your cookie sheet. Okay, just a scoopful. Now the cookies are gonna spread out, so don't place them too close to one another on your baking dish. I'm sorry, on your baking pan. Okay. All right. Okay, and we're going to leave the cookies in the oven. Remember, you preheated your oven to 375. So your oven should be nice and hot right now. Okay, we're going to keep rolling our cookie dough. Okay, and you may have the ingredients for the chocolate chip cookies in your house right now. Okay, I think we can put 2 more scoops on our cookie sheet. There's 1. Okay, and here's the last one. Okay, I'm just gonna wash my hands for a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this with you one more time. We used 1 and 2 tablespoon cup all-purpose flour. We used a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. So here's your flour, here's your baking soda. We used a ½ teaspoon rather of salt. That was in here. We used 1 stick of butter. We used 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Okay. And we used a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I have dark brown sugar. Okay, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And 1 large egg. And don't forget your chocolate chips. Okay, that was 1 cup or a whole bag of chocolate chips. And this is what my cookie sheet looks like. Okay, now we're gonna put them in the oven. And we'll show you what they look like when they're done. We have some made right over here. Okay. They're really delicious. You don't want to over bake them, so you want to keep them in the oven for 9 to 11 minutes. It's very important. Okay, the cookies will come out. After a couple of minutes, they will get crispy, and they're really delicious. Okay. So we made our chocolate chip cookies. Thank you for joining us. I'm Miss Allison.